Hi everyone, this is Marianne and welcome to my channel, The Unplanned Life, where I plan nothing, so I end up doing things I am not prepared for, like going on my social media and seeing a friend, let's call him Edry, posting, I bet you didn't know that Tombow has a flagship store in Lazada. So, of course, being the nosy person that I am, I quickly get on Lazada and just as quickly find out that Edry was right. Tombow is on here and it's the legit flagship store. Just look at all those very beautiful writing instruments that we can buy. I immediately zeroed in on this mechanical pencil because of how it looks. It's very thin and very small. It comes in three different colorways. There is the gray one with a black grip, the black one with a red grip that you see right here, and then there is the deluxe edition or version which has a steel body and a black grip. And with all of these different colorways, the one thing that they have in common is that the clip has a red dot at the end. I think it is very stylish. It already looks very intriguing as it is. Being a gray person and one who prefers monochromatic colorways, I liked the gray one with the black grip the best. I knew I could not get out of it. I knew I was going to end up buying it. And then when I read the description, I found out that it had won two different design awards. How could I not buy this? My resistance to pencils is very low these days. I blame my broken right hand, and I also blame my friend Edry, who is a doctor, by the way, and a medical frontliner, so he deserves all our gratitude and support, especially during this pandemic. He's married to Jen, and together their social media posts are quite entertaining. Edry is also a writer, and I will link his titles on Amazon on the description box. And so I placed an order and waited for it to come. And in that limbo of time between that confirm button on Lazada and the actual day of delivery, I kept thinking, why would I buy a pencil which would be too small for my right hand to write with? Do I really have no self control? Am I degenerating into a toddler who has to get what she wants even if she doesn't even know if she can use it? What if I can't use it? What do I do? Because of the pandemic, it took a while for the pencil to get to me. So you can just imagine the amount of self doubt I swam in for that long amount of time because of a pencil. But then it arrived, and let me tell you what happened. I sprayed the entire parcel with alcohol right at the door and tore the pack open. Here is the receipt and the price that matches up exactly with the price on Lazada. The package also came with a small paper bag from Tombow. I can imagine that if you actually purchased this from a brick and mortar store, this would be what you would be holding walking out of the store. It's nice of them to send this with my purchase. And then here is the box containing the pencil itself. It is a black cardboard box that looks quite stylish. And you push on one end like so to make the drawer emerge over at the other side, revealing the pen. And here is the pen, which is extremely tiny. It looks exactly like it did on the photos online. It's really a dark gray with a black grip. But before taking a closer look at the pen, let's just have a quick look at this pamphlet here that came with it. It has a bunch of instructions in Japanese for different pens, as you can see. And here are the instructions for the pencil that I have. It says I can unscrew the part of the pen where the lead comes out. I don't know for what purpose though. So the pen is almost 14 centimeters long. It's really tiny, you guys, and there are very subtle details on it that we can see only up close, like this branding that's printed right here on the body of the pen beside the clip. It's printed with black shiny ink and it says Zoom 707 and then the dragonfly icon and then the brand name Tombow and then the word Japan. And here is the other end of the pen, the business end as we call it, because that's the part that actually writes when it's loaded with lead. If you have a normal 3-point grip like I have, then it would fit okay in your fingers. The button at the top cannot be unscrewed. Its only function is to advance the lead. And it's cute how it looks like a mini hydraulic rubber sack. Now, I don't know what kind of lead this already has inside it, if it's HB or 2B or what, but this particular mechanical pencil can take only 0.5 millimeter leads. There are no variants that can take any other sized leads. Holding it in my right hand, the broken hand, which I still can write with, I find that the grip is actually quite okay, not overly tiny to be actually painful to hold, but I cannot advance the lead using the button at the top with just my right thumb, which is the normal way of doing it, because it would mean gripping a very small and thin object in my broken hand, and that hand has no grip anymore. Now, let's try to actually write with this pencil. I will be using these 4B leads from Pentel in 0.5 millimeters, which is the softer variant that is the most comfortable for me. I have also been using this fat mechanical pencil for months and I love it. It's so comfortable to use. It's the Pilot Opt Shaker Pencil. A shaker pencil means you just need to shake the pencil downwards to advance the lead without having to push down on the button at the top like other ordinary mechanical pencils. Let me show you that again, but slightly off the frame. Sorry about that. My iPhone is too high up that I can't see what I'm filming actually, so I had to keep looking at the camera app on my Apple Watch to check if I'm still within the frame. Anyway, I unscrewed the end of the Tombow pencil as I saw in the instruction pamphlet, but I could not see anything special in there. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what lead was in the pencil, like I said, so I took it out and I decided to just load my preferred lead, the 4B lead, into the pencil through the business end of it because I think that's the only way to load the lead into the pencil. I used my left hand to hold the pencil while pressing down on the top button, and I very carefully put one lead in, and then I placed the lead from the Tombow pencil into a pack of leads that are marked as HB. I don't use these anymore. They're too hard. I also have this Faber-Castell Grip Matic mechanical pencil in 0.7, and for that I have the 2B leads, which are harder than 4B, but definitely softer than HB. These are the two pencils that I used before the Tombow arrived. I'm taking my anti-planner out, which is currently housed in this notebook cover from Hobonichi. I have a video of me moving into this cover, and I will link it in the description box. This is me just scribbling on some sample lines onto the paper. The notebook I am using is the handmade notebook that I myself made for my shop called The Unplanned Life on Facebook. I will leave a link in the description box. This notebook uses Elias paper, which is made in the Philippines and is made specially for fountain pens and wet media. I have a review and comparison of this paper on my channel and I will also link it down below. This paper also works very well with pencils in my experience. The graphite glides on quite smoothly and even the HB lead shows up darker on the Elias paper than on other papers, but I have already been too spoiled by the 2B and the 4B leads that I will never go back to HB even with the Elias paper. And now for the ultimate test. Let's try journaling with it. I couldn't write about the pencil right away. I had to get on paper some random and nagging thoughts I have been having about the vocal vibrato. As I have mentioned on one of my posts all over social media, including YouTube, I'm not just a girl who makes videos about pens and pencils and inks and planners. I also do a bunch of other things in my life. And one of those things is being a student of voice. I take one-on-one voice lessons with a professional regularly. And one of the many, many improvements that I need to make is to have a stronger vibrato. I have some song covers up on my channel, and I will link the playlist down below in case you're interested in seeing how I am progressing with the voice lessons. I have started taking them in 2019, but that was for just a few weeks. I had stopped because my teachers had to move out of town for work, but now I have resumed the voice lessons recently. Notice that to advance the lead on the Tombow pencil, I had to use my left hand to push the button at the top of the pencil instead of using my right thumb to do it, like normal people do. That's one of the million and one things I am unable to do now that my right hand is disabled. But honestly, I'm just happy to be able to write legibly. On the second paragraph, that's when I start talking about the mechanical pencil itself. In the journal entry, I mentioned that the pencil is insect-like. It does remind me of an insect. I think it looks like the four legs of a cricket. I'm going to insert a small photo here. The ones that it leans on that look like they function as arms, those are legs technically, and they look like this Tombow mechanical pencil that we are reviewing. After that second paragraph, my right hand is starting to feel cramped, but the crampy feeling is less than I expected. The pencil honestly feels like I have nothing in my hand. It is too light, and the quality of my handwriting surprisingly has not suffered with this pencil. I don't have the best handwriting, but all I aim for is legibility and evenness. I think my handwriting looks best with a fountain pen, but that's like comparing apples with oranges. We are reviewing just this one pencil right here. Let's not give it too hard of a time keeping up with fountain pen standards. When the cramping in my hand started to feel a bit worse, I switched to the ever reliable and very comfortable Pilot Opt with a fat body and the rubber grip and the shaker mechanism to advance the lead. Really, this is the actual perfect pencil for me, and I even found this by accident. It was the only fat pen It was the fattest pen I could find in the National Bookstore branch here where I now live. So I bought it and didn't know it was a shaker pencil until I Googled about the Pilot Opt when I got home. Of course, I was pleasantly surprised, and I use the shaker feature most of the time, but sometimes out of habit, I still tend to advance the lead by using my right thumb to push down on the button at the top, which I can do with that pencil because it is fat enough. I can't do that with a Tombow Zoom 707 Insect pencil. I think I can carry on writing with this pencil for short periods of time using the 4B leads, and because it is too tiny, I know I can lose it very easily if I bring it around. So I plan to just keep it inside the house at all times, specifically inside my bedroom, either on the table beside my bed or on my standing desk where I work sometimes when I'm not working in bed. But I think this is a good pencil to have when it comes to the wow factor. And I'm still a sucker for award winners, despite my knowledge about how awards can be rigged. I don't know, you guys. I just like owning this pencil and writing with it from time to time. And that's what I think about the Tombow Zoom 707 mechanical pencil. It also has a ballpoint version too. Check it out. Thanks for watching. Bye.